开，然后把列。
我这边我前阵子在看那个谁啊？
看这样子会有2个声音的靠背，你爱把你的声开开。
外声，什么外声？
干，我这样不能切割耶，好烦哦。但我就要离开 Discord， 没有，因为它是在 PS4 上啊。现在两个这样子不行啊，因为我不能关掉电脑的声音啊，不然电脑游戏又没有声音，不然我就要离开 Discord 了。好吧，好先。先把一些东西关掉，反锯齿装好了，然后光轴应该可以看到，好，就这样，重新启动，更改，我改一下设定哦。哦，看不到连电视啊，好。它一定会这么大的。好，想要调一下聊天室哦。OK， 好，让我们稍等一下。回顾一下我们昨天呢，去探究了医生，去他家偷了一些东西，然后接下来要回他家去继续找线索，因为找这个爸爸为什么失踪了。好，那我们继续捕猎故事。好，然后我们回顾一下我们现在有些资料，分析手帕跟地图，看这里是哪里。你分析他的手帕。
Watson, what are you doing at my table?
I just need to check one thing about Lord Marsh.
昨天偷了他的手帕。
My intuition tells me that Lord Marsh is hiding something about his disease. His cough, in addition to his fever and his usage of strong painkillers, leads me to believe that he is seriously ill. Let's study it more closely.
就想，怎么样？设定焦点，我可以调焦距。
Sputum with tiny drops of blood. I could take a sample and examine it under the microscope.
取个样本，样本要怎么取的？滴管，这个。
Let us apply chemicals to color the sample.
叶蓝色，或者蓝色、红色。
I need a pipette.
好，吸管。
This chemical should be applied third.
然后再滴酒精。然后再用蓝色。
Let's examine the colored sample under the microscope.
不同寻常的元素。这个，哦，这个。
Mycobacterium. It appears that Lord Marsh is seriously ill.
分歧杆菌，还有肺结核。
Holmes, this is no longer a laughing matter. It is just as I feared. Lord Marsh is suffering from tuberculosis.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say. And Holmes, he will die if he is not transferred to a sanatorium as soon as possible.
And yet both Lord Marsh and Dr. Fisher are doing their best to hide this fact. How interesting.
But why?
Why indeed, Watson?
Why indeed?
Oh, but... Oh, dear God. You don't think that Lord Marsh contracted tuberculosis while aiding the poor? How terrible. I have a commitment that I can't possibly cancel. Holmes, during my absence, please be extremely careful. This disease is highly contagious. And remember that we have women at home.
Thank you, Miss Alice. Until later.
I'll see you soon, Caitlin.
Where have you been?
Our neighbour lent me a book. She is so kind. I think she likes you.
I doubt that.
How is your investigation going?
It's going. Dracula?
Yes. It's forbidden reading at my boarding school. Did you know?
Well, well.
It is thrilling.
看书看很爽，好。像素，我觉得应该是两级，然后。这是什么？这没有日期啊，它就是这个植物学。
Here it is. Constance Oak is in Epping Forest. That's the place indicated on George Hurst's map.
好，我们要前往。搜索地图。我们要去坐马车。给掐。是在这里吧？喜欢。我要怎么搜索地图？搞错，这是白痴哦！两脚我刚按地图那边是。上看这个地方在哪里干
What can I do for you, Mr. Holmes?
没多重。给人家报纸，上面，没有这个报纸。
What can I do for you, Mr. Holmes?
看地图。
Let's try to find the place from the hand-drawn map.
找到这个地方，这对交叉口，对不对？对，不太像。加，我选。在交叉口。这样，我选这样就是这样。 这里。我想，加，干嘛不行？不是，有哈克沃的那种。转东西，干我来看袂出来，这到底是相对。是我看错，要不是，还有可能是一个很简单的地方。
Here it is. Drat. I'll need to hurry if I want to find out what's going on at the forest.
Father, that boy Wiggins, does he come here very often?
He helps occasionally in some of my cases. Why do you ask?
I'd like to talk to him.
Talk to him?
Father, back at school there are only girls to talk to, and they are so boring. I'm sure Wiggins has lots of exciting stories to tell about his life in London. It would be so romantic.
Romantic, whatever that might be.
Sometimes I wonder what world you live in, Father.
Oh, Kate.
I'll leave you alone now.
我们有得到一些讯息哦，地图跟邀请，知道了。去阿尔平森，我上礼拜我也知道我要去阿尔森林。他女儿是，我不知道正确的故事是什么，不过他上面设定是他女儿是领养的，所以他长得不像他是理所当然。哎呦，被开枪！他被人家追，反正被人家打。找到福尔摩斯被人家开枪。
Let's see how long you can stay alive.
Oh,靠腰，对不起。有线的时候不行。省得问。糟糕，我是要往生的啦。离开！哎，我从离不开！看我呗！3秒1还是3秒？我从离不开！哎，等等。 输入法害我，敢被输入法阴。被输入法阴，被输入法阴啊！干！我靠！呀，还有夹子！干！我刚没有夹子，他妈现在就有夹子，干你哪里傻小？白卡了，也没成长。走！更猛！巨石，下场。可以碰巨石是不是？我靠！这样中。快来！好痛啊！干！靠腰！干！我当时被那个输入法阴到3米啊！靠腰！你没有枪吗？那你开枪！走！这里有个他们的兽甲，踢，这种兽族。脚趾头卡到石头。走。我靠呀！干那是干，脚太容易卡到树皮了。斜坡，在这里。干，福尔摩斯怎么被追杀？对。
He was poor. He was poor. This man was killed recently. The body is still warm.
Find him, boys! Find him!
干你嘞！脚又卡住，干好呀！ 机，看脚通常太容易卡条了吧。太扯了。这个气味。哇，选错了。沿滑不是可以滑走啊？意思不是说可以滑走，意思是沿滑是滑什么滑？滑墙，滑墙。不知道他装到底是什么。
You won't get far.
滑身去探哦，去陪他未婚妻，看干你！
You won't get far.
华生去陪未婚妻，福尔摩斯自己解决事情，他已经帮他做了一个事情。那你要选石头，照走。走。参考之后用侦探模式通过找出。妈的，我刚淹死。好笑。走到下一棵树。走到石头。看下去吧。前面那个是他。我干！刚刚到前面这个树。到石头。我有两个智障。我怎么出去？到树，要到哪里？啊！没有，福尔摩斯。反正我们转圈圈。 干，那电都不稳了。
You won't get far.
He was killed by a shot to the forehead. My God, it's Lord Harrington's body. My health is deteriorating. I need to dress my wound.
需要包扎伤口。我要怎么包扎伤口？没有花生啊，怎么包扎伤口？房子，房子可以躲。
I can hide here.
包扎伤口。
The Quartermain Club. This must be Lord Marsh's cabin.
我们3个人的小屋。
This will help to dress my wound.
包扎。
Someone's coming. I better hide.
起来。
Breathe, Lord Marsh. It's almost over.
Who are you?
George Hurst from the 1st Lovett Scouts, here to deliver justice.
An old soldier. How ironic. Did we refuse you on our special education program?
It's true, I was refused. An old wounded soldier is useless to you, but he can still be dangerous.
We hunted a lot in these woods, but I didn't expect to become the prey. I have lived a grand life without any limits set by others. I will die a happy man, so you won't see me begging you festering wretch.
Prepare to meet your maker.
有人追杀穷人。自身失败的替罪羊，像这个剧本。但是赫斯特，这穷人也死了。哎，不对不对，应该是追杀穷人，然后他要报仇，他发现。 这个线索是对的吗？一眼发现穷人啊，第一个是死的是穷人。我们要看。 这个是对的吗？因为他刚刚好像有讲到，看一下，他好像讲到这个东西。生理。 看一下，我们拒绝你参加我们特殊教育计划，一无是处，他能很危险。我们在森林里打猎。 就这样子，我的想法是对的，他们要圣母云打比，这样我的想法应该是对的。已经发现了所有线索。关进监狱，没错，才不要放他们。我。
George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, an almost worthy opponent.
Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now, it's time to end this.
By all means.
George, listen to me. If you're seeking an apt punishment and vengeance, killing Marsh will give him exactly what he wants. He would die knowing that he had fulfilled his life through his absolute control of it. But if you allow Marsh to live and be arrested, he will suffer a punishment far greater than you or I could deliver. His ball and chain will be the debilitating tuberculosis. It will drag him painfully and slowly to his demise behind bars.
You're mad! You're both mad!
Let's go and find Tom.
Not just yet. See, Lord Marsh, you will die here. Although not by the gun. You'll die slowly.
Don't do this, George.
Detective, take a look here.
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. Beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few. But don't let me die like this. Just kill me now.
I understand your view, Mr. Hurst. I really do, but I couldn't allow you to continue.
76个人做出同样的道德选择。看，现在大家都做这样子对了，还要几趴道德选择。但是我的选到的那个什么、啊，我的是对的，结果线索是8，是的。 下一个案件。还有在干嘛？打保龄球。
Yes. Well done, Watson.
Holmes, you're playing bowls? Indoors?
Not just any old bowls, Watson. Lawn bowling.
Seriously? With your injury? No. Mrs. Hudson is going to murder you.
Well, that's it for now. Time to go. Would you care to join me?
You're incorrigible. And where are we going, Holmes?
I'm participating in the final stage of the annual tournament held by the London Archaeological Institute's bowling club. It's an official invitation. I'll just need to dress suitably and then we can leave.
好，换衣服。但我刚那一件比较可以，先要换。我要换成像夏洛克。我觉得那一件好像在这里。节日盛装，我们是要穿盛装，运动装。我们现在就要去打我们现在去运动就要穿运动装。然后面部妆容很差，挑到一个好看的。一定要戴眼镜。戴眼镜丑死了，我这很奇怪。 拿着戴眼镜，参加决赛喽！这帽子坏了。我刚是戴这个帽子吗？哦，这个眼帽。
Holmes, are you really sure you want to wear that?
This? Everyone dresses like this at the club.
That should be a sight worth seeing. I only hope our charming neighbor won't spot you like that.
没事。错了，那不一样，我们要去俱乐部。 去参加一个比赛，参加一场比赛。
Mr. Holmes, you played very well yesterday. I'm obliged to you, Sir Charles. I play many outdoor sports. That's the key to my success. My friend Dr. Watson has decided to join me. Really. Mr. Holmes, would you like to see the first prize? A rare stone Mayan Quiche calendar.
Mayan Quiche?
Indeed. Their legendary king, Tekun Uman, has his statue just behind you. Although this one is a cast metal copy.
That? Oh.
Well, since only members may enter the clubhouse, we have exhibited the calendar outside. Please, explore.
I'd like to win the Mayan calendar. It's a beautiful work of art.
穿这个衣服帅帅，进来晃来，来看看。
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad you are my opponent for the final. People call me Arthur the Invincible. So
this'll keep Watson happy.
花生吃东西，找你一步。
Ah, Mr. Holmes, are you ready to begin the final game?
要比赛了吗？不要。
I still need some time.
有练习的机会啦。帽子选错了，哎，没关系啦，干。我就是要跟别人不一样啊。
Good luck, Holmes.
侦探就是要戴这个帽子，好不好？不是吗？侦探不是要戴那个帽子吗？才不要跟他们戴那个帽子，好丑。我要练习了。
Are you ready now? I still need some
我
time.
不能练习哦，干。
Arthur is in the final with you know who?
这学哪胜？算了，动这个保龄球。福尔摩斯跟 Larry Book 哦，已经决赛
What
了
a。spectacular season.
决赛。好吧，只好开始比赛了。那我们比赛了。
So, are you ready now? Yes. Let's start the final.
比赛吧，part2，尽可通过把滚球扔上白色的标记球来打败对手。所以，看一下我这个。 投掷，咻！啊，我被弹了，被弹晕了，干我晕哦！我干，我丢第一颗球，然后比谁的球离开我就进了。干我丢这个也太难了吧！ 要回旋，处理。 我厉害，我跟你讲，我跟你讲，我什么厉害？旁边，哦，看你有牙牙哦，那个球是椭圆形，所以肿。哦，我看，超，我靠，这么近哦！哦，看哪一边就会丢哪一边。出力！甲你讲，我比你愈高。对。拍摄，我比你还近，拍摄没有错，李洛克，这个长胡须的丑瓜怪，你垃圾哦，唔敢呢哦，我看到那颗球，你有看到去叫球无？我比你较近哦。在挑衅。水，耶！我超猛，我跟你讲，我有来啊！我3粒球拢比你更近。他是2颗球，他叫亚瑟·里布鲁克啦，他叫里布鲁克。到底比远啊，比近啊呢？到底不是要打得比较近吗？超近的，好像太大力了，稍微小力就会超近。可以。哇干！我紧，我4粒球，拢比你较近。没有球了。哦，垃圾！我被打，我被胜。1分，3分。干第一回合我怎么弄掉？然后，哇！我被蛋姐就击败，那这样哦，都是我在决定球啊！干，太爽了吧！出力，嘿！看你有偌厉害，我等下就击败。我先入，少这样，力道抓错。有可以哦，可以哦，可以哦，可以哦，可以哦！哇！我就跟你讲，我做个，处理。干老剑胚！干我第一回合让分呢，我靠！哇干！血红！看来我撞到白球就赢。处理啊垃圾！看我到底出界无种物？试看。哇，手边啊！各种面。看那我恢复伊安上劲呢。讲，才赶快出去。哟。 机会哦，机会哦，机会，机会，机会，预选射弹耶！那位置被我占走了，看你们有多厉害。啊，拍谁？你撞到我的球了！剩一个回合，抢3把，干，中间，干，你们这是打角球，看你怎么玩。啊，白球的我在决定呢，好爽。我跟你讲，我拢个，我跟你讲，耶，我超猛，看你多厉害！敢学我？小远啊！滚出去了，滚出去了！小远啊！跟我小远练手。弄我出哩！你来一球，我就出一球。哎呦，当这边哦，啊，航班，这远，我算无是。有钱人没有脑袋是不是？会不懂不懂物理呀、啊？输定了他。哦，讲你输定了你，看你有偌高。我看你放弃了吧？你是不是要输了就乱丢球了？我看他输了就乱丢球了。输啊啦！你无球啊，上一粒啊，看伊乱搞，真的乱丢了，看他妈输球乱丢球，你行不行？3回合了吧，够可以了吧？巴托，行不行啊你巴托
Congratulations on your game, Mr. Holmes. Exceptional. The awards ceremony will be tomorrow morning. See you then to receive your prize of the calendar. I trust you will be there as well, Dr. Watson?
Unfortunately, I'll be unable to attend tomorrow. Duty calls. Ah, what a pity. Let's go home.
让我们回家吧。参加颁奖典礼。但是我们还没拿到这个、啊。一拿奖品。福尔摩斯真的水小，去打一个什么垃圾的草地推球比赛，是不是也是可以遇到一个案件？就像柯南去看一个足球比赛，他摩天大楼也是会爆炸，看有多碎，有多碎，说我多碎就有多碎。
Oh, Daddy!
Hello, Mr. Bouvier.
Hello, Mr. Holmes.
Well, Caitlin?
Your costume!
Oh, don't you like it?
Oh, I do!
Caitlin, come on. Show some respect for your father.
哦，福尔摩斯。我们要看，这是他的邻居。我们看他有什么人物画像？他有4个底片。有什么？项链、神秘物品、怪异珠宝。我们待会再来选择，这种2个选一个，以前没有，就是直接有，所以我觉得蛮讨厌的，就是这样。 只剩选一个，2个选一个。大家看有没有比较好的，大家告诉我，神秘珠宝还是定情信物，看望囚犯。所以他的另外一半是犯人。好，看看是没有戴戒指，没有结婚，所以他应该就不是他的老公了，所以他不是没有结婚。割伤、自杀未遂跟意外伤害。好，这个应该是所谓的割腕啊。如果以我们现在来说，那就是割腕。你们答案，项链跟这个割伤有没有什么答案？割伤我觉得应该是自杀未遂，怎么可能有意外的伤害手腕的？那切菜会切下去嘛？是不是？有些字。那这个项链呢？项链会是什么？神秘物品、怪异珠宝。有人会把神秘物品当做项链吗？应该一般是珠宝吧？那看起来不像珠宝啊。怎么办？怪异珠宝、护身符，护身符是什么？神秘物品啊。确定吗？我们要选神秘物品吗？你要选神秘物品吗？好，选了神秘物品。好，爱丽丝是他的新邻居，没有结婚。他对神秘学很感兴趣。好，这是跟他的。
You know, Father, Miss Alice was telling me all about her travels. She has already toured the world with her own father.
Your daughter is exquisite.
And just to think that she was aboard the Orient Express when it was attacked. What a dream.
Indeed.
She's so creative and imaginative. And that reminds me, would you allow Caitlin to visit so that she can practice playing the piano?
这3个都是拒绝，那我们要怎么拒绝他去弹钢琴？因为这个人是不好的，他有罪恶。我觉得直接骂他也不太好，讲钢琴曲不好，那我们就用学乐吧。
It's very kind of you, but I decided that Caitlin should stop playing the piano.
Oh, Father, why did you say that?
Caitlin, we are neighbours. We'll meet again. Until then, I shall leave you with this book.
Thank you, Miss Alice.
第2天早上，直接前往剧院。你衣服都没换，直接出门。484，衣服都不换，直接出门。
The statue did it. It killed Zacharias.
Calm yourself now, Sir Charles. You've had a shock. Let the police do their duty.
What can a mere inspector like you do about it? You don't know anything.
A mere inspector? Sure. And now here comes Mr. Holmes.
Lestrade, are you here to receive a prize as well?
Very amusing, Holmes. You can go home. The ceremony's been cancelled. We've got a murder scene here.
Oh, really? And to think I only came here for my prize.
I know, Holmes. I saw your name on the list of finalists. So go away.
You're not going to congratulate me?
What? Do you really think I'm that naive? You turning up out of the blue and then bam, a murder? There's a surprise.
Oh, you're making a spectacle of yourself, Lestrade. Let's just pretend that I'm a simple consultant, your humble assistant.
Oh, all right then. A club member, Mr. Zacharias Greystoke, was killed at around 4 in the morning. There. Now don't mess around.
I promise that I won't, Inspector.
柯南真的是柯南，干超级。
What do you make of the facts?
It's quite clear. The murderer intended to steal the Mayan calendar. He was caught by Zacharias Greystoke. He then took up the first weapon that came to hand, the statue's spear, and killed Greystoke. Then he fled, just as Sir Charles was coming out of the club. Unfortunately, we've been unable to find any trail beyond the club's wall. It's as if the murderer vanished into thin air. Well, take a look for yourself.
墙外如果没有痕迹，那就代表凶手根本就没有逃出去，凶手就在其中。
You're still here.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
我想回去查东西。哦，这没查，这是那个答案。我问看这两个。
What did the police say? Do you know anything?
看这两个连屁话都讲不出来，先看这个。
The surface is damaged.
损坏了。
Traces of metal on stone.
石头上有金属痕迹，所以它是被挖起来的。
The iron mounting rod is broken.
看。
The statue of Takunu.
德公乌曼的雕像。
A piece of the statue's mounting rod. Pieces from the pedestal.
碎片那种。痕迹。
Traces of metal on stone. It looks like the statue broke away from its pedestal.
玻璃的底座，它是被拖下来的。雕像被拖下来，然后它就被插死了。它有一个怀表。
The case is scratched and dented. Tissot watch, Swiss, 1855. This watch is valuable and old. It's been through a great deal.
是个古董。地上有
Zacharias' folder with some documents.
一些文件，玛雅的。
These drawings represent the Mayan symbols.
身上有毛。
This spear came from the statue on the pedestal.
毛是雕像的毛。身上有张本书。
Money was left inside the wallet.
钱没有被抢走，所以不是在抢劫的。
Dry leaves. They make a noise. Zacharias probably walked across them. All valuables were left on the victim. The strike was powerful and well aimed.
东西都没人偷走，只是他就被杀死。
If I believed Lestrade, this Mayan calendar was the reason behind it.
玛雅日历被盗的凶。警察。
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
What a spectacular season. The great tournament of the London Archaeological Institute's bowling club.
3盘没有收。越可以。有什么证据？这个警察话可以讲，我们都会讲，没他吧？
Sir Charles, are you able to tell me in detail what happened?
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Well, to prepare for the awards ceremony, I decided to spend the night here at the club. I was sitting alone at my desk when I suddenly heard a loud, metallic sound and a terrible shout. I hurried outside and well, I found the body of Zacharias. And I swear it, I saw the statue of Tekun Uman running away.
You saw the statue running?
It was dark, but yes, I'm sure of it. It was running, and it was making the most horrible metal sound as it did so. And can't you see, the pedestal is now empty.
Did you know the victim?
Yes, of course. It was Zacharias Greystoke. He is... was a club member, and an excellent bowler.
But why was he here so early in the morning?
Oh, I don't know.
干，我不知道。
So Charles, where did the Mayan calendar come from?
It was donated anonymously. We received it shortly before the tournament, with a letter asking that it be awarded to the winner.
Is the calendar valuable?
Not really. It has historical value, of course. But to be truthful with you, Mr. Holmes, it isn't worth very much.
描述他的脸，他看起来怪怪的，他不敢直视我们。哇，他的品质低劣，他的领带上的宝石是烂宝石，这个是邀请。 这个只是传单吧，简洁的传单，这是酒的。这传单，那边条，有没有看到这里的话，帮我选择一下。政治符号，政治激进，装饰吧，只是穿得上外套而已吧。有没有？我们更好的答案。徽章，退役军人。 退役军人，他是退役的军人，他穿着一件外套。这两个选择是什么？传单跟这个装饰的部分有没有什么其他的好的答案？是传单邀请，我觉得他应该只是去喝酒吧。他那是社交平凡的，他不是什么俱乐部吧？还是他是社交平凡？那这个呢？应该跟政治可能没有，不是什么政治激进，他没有转到政治激进部分。我还有一个没找，还有个戒指。 已婚，他结婚了。他结婚了，退役军人。如果是军人，图案有关系，所以你觉得他的这个不是只是装饰，是这个政治激进的角色吧？这是政治激进的，但是我们。 政治符号，他应该是政治符号，不是政治激进，好像是。那传单是邀请，他是邀请函。那我觉得应该是社交平凡吧。我猜这样子呢，他的宝石是品质低劣的，然后他的传单是社交平凡。 然后他是政治激进，这样子，这两个就有可能性，就是他是政治激进，所以大家来找他，又是跟俱乐部有关。然后他的是军人跟已婚的戒指。好，那这如何呢？因为这次会有这样子的选项，让人家觉得。 而且又超级类似，不是说我们两个就是差很多，就是很容易看得出来它跟它有关。它是俱乐部吧？如果是我们这个案件来说，它是俱乐部的话，它应该是社交平凡跟政治激进、军人吧？这几个应该会比较好。好，那我们就先确定了。OK， 对的。 他是保龄球协会的网名者，他以前是士兵，也是表面的。他加入了保守党，活跃的社交生活。好。
May I go in the clubhouse?
It's members only. I cannot authorize anyone unless that person has a written warrant from the police.
哦，要搜索令才可以进入那个俱乐部。
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
俱乐部要搜索令，那我们要去找警察要搜索令。 警察，
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
A broken branch. Somebody jumped into the tree and then over the wall.
可以逃出去。我们去跟警察要搜索令，进去。叫啥？叫啥？地上。
Scratches on the stone.
石头上的画痕。所以有人拖着这个石像，所以逃出去。还有什么？
Only club members have access.
非常乖，要我早就偷了进去。然后我们去找警察，需要有搜索令，我们就是要找到别的东西。失踪的雕像。
And what about the statue?
No idea yet. I imagine the thief must have taken it somehow.
Right, so they were thieves, and they were very well equipped?
Yes, must have been. Then there's also Sir Charles's version, but...
Please, go on.
He said this morning that he was alone at his desk when he heard a shout. He went outside and saw Greystoke lying on the ground, and... Believe it or not, he said that there was no one else on the green that night but the statue itself running away.
You mean that the statue might have killed the victim? Interesting.
Absurd, more like. Besides, it was dark and foggy.
So, somewhat like your version, then. Did you search the clubhouse?
What for? The murder took place outside.
发去警察。想象。雕像跳下来逃走。雕像投掷毛枪。 诶，等一下，查尔斯爵士出现在剧院。啊，我知道了，顺序是他看到了，他可能这个人突然出现，他走出来之后，他就踩到了树叶，结果他就凶手扮成雕像。 他看到了，哦不对，应该是这个是第一个。他踩到了叶子，然后接着击打，对不对？踩到了叶子。 雕像投掷出去，他被杀，然后就换，听到啊声音，所以其实不是雕像抬，他把雕像挖走，然后他自己扮的雕像，然后他就出来看到，我靠，他扮的雕像太扯了吧！ 他就逃走了。
It looks as if Zacharias was killed the moment he approached the calendar. and killed by the spear from Tukunuman's statue that jumped from its stand and escaped over the wall.
Well, Holmes, your conclusions as my consultant?
My conclusions are approximate to Sir Charles's testimony.
Oh dear, you think the statue did it?
Everything points to the fact that the spear was thrown from the pedestal, and Mr. Greystoke appeared not to notice the killer.
Indeed. The journalists will be ecstatic about your version.
I would like to examine the victim and take a look at his belongings.
Oh, you've amused me at least, Mr. Holmes. Very well. I'll grant you authorization for the examination at Scotland Yard, but nothing more.
看来我们要去苏格兰场。只有会灵很出现的路。雕像被扯掉，所以雕像那不是雕像，那是人扮的。看来我们是苏格兰场。我们是有东西可以去那个去看这个玛雅日历啊。我们先去看它的资料，看一下这个玛雅日历的意义到底是什么。传说这个玛雅日历是非常的有价值，是可以去看看它所有资料。日历应该上课这个百科全书，历史，玛雅文明。哦，死后保护他的人民。
Here it is.
线索不够，我们要先到苏格兰场，去苏格兰场。
Thank you for coming so quickly, Watson. Lestrade already has the victim's body in the autopsy room.
I'm always ready to help anytime, Holmes. I'm always ready to help anytime, Holmes.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
The Mayan calendar. Here's a chance to have a closer look.
玛雅的日历到底是什么？到底有什么力能
Interesting. What are the symbols here? I'll need to redraw them.
符号是什么？
This spear came from the statue on the pedestal.
雕像的话
Tissot watch, Swiss, 1855.
难道是表？
An ordinary pencil.
笔。
Money was left inside the wallet.
以及资料。
Zacharias had already translated some symbols. I could use this dictionary to translate the calendar's glyphs. They are the symbols that were drawn on the Mayan calendar. The papers from Zacharias' folder. They can help us to translate the Mayan message.
我看这超难的。我们看一下这个。 这个是第二，看，看一下啊，我们先找第一个好了，一个一个找，因为它有很多的意思。 把别人，他死了不是把别人东西干走了。第一个是什么？ 被诅咒，被诅咒的，我就全部点上去来了，那可以都放在上面，但是解读的时候不一样。行。还有什么？全部被选中，还有什么？这是甲，黎明，还有什么？这个存在，3是什么？这3小。这个不一样呀。这本是雕像。这应该是捣乱。有大象图案是吧？就大象的图案。神圣，保几点能力？没得选翻译哦，对哦，没有，它会有个确认，它应该会有个确认。好，它有个确认键，我们不要按确认就可以了。还可以再点，我们全部点出意思，可以来解读。被诅咒的存在，任何人捣乱神圣的家。我靠，这怎么？这是鬼？虚弱的存在，被诅咒的存在。我觉得前2个是对，被诅咒的存在。任何人捣乱神圣的家，面对死亡的蜜蜂，雕像只有被选中的飞翔。知道了，哇干！你在这讲，我拢看不出来，超难的，这个超难解释。这神飞翔我觉得应该是只有神飞翔吧，还是被选中的？这个应该是只有。然后，被选中的飞翔。应该是飞翔，只有被选中的飞翔。面对命运的，是吗？诅咒存在，对，诅咒存在嘛。然后没人发现，没人发现，被诅咒的存在没人发现。没人发现神圣的家是不是？还是神圣的庙宇？被诅咒的存在没人发现。面对命运的上升。第9个好难那个哦，到第9个不顺啊，因为你说面对 对啊，应该是神圣的家。面对死亡，面对死亡啊！面对死亡的，是不是上升啊？就是他就是面对死亡的上升，上升雕像嘛，然后只有被选中的才会飞翔嘛，应该是到3。应该是这样子，对。感觉这样子，好，是这样子吗？上升。死掉的人是诅咒的人，所以是9，我们的9、10、11、12应该是这样选的。哦，他留下来的答案是不是？所以我们答案到选对不对？雕像只有被选中的飞翔吧。是这样子吗？是这样的，我们答案是这样对的吗？我们的答案是吗？照玛雅去杀人。我上载，我是说我们的答案是对的嘛？被选中的飞翔。好，那我们就确认哦。
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
不，福尔摩斯说不对。福尔摩斯说不对。福尔摩斯说不对啊！我在猜说这个面对上升，那这个有可能就是下降，就是一个相反。
No, I think I've missed something here.
干，还是错？我觉得前面应该是对的啦。就是这个神圣的家这个部分到底是怎样？面对命运吧，我觉得这还是，我觉得这个应该是这个面对命运家那个改下来，我觉得改成庙比较好。试看。
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
还是改成死亡。
No, I think I've missed something here.
村庄。
No, I think I've missed something here.
哦，对，干，这我就不知道你问题在哪里，知道吗？还是这是神？
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
被诅咒，觉得应该是这样。
I think I've missed something. No, I think I've missed something here.
我觉得这样还蛮顺的，你看被诅咒的成为乱人，扰乱神圣的家，面对死亡的上升，这我觉得是谜。
No,
老白还是他是获奖。蜜蜂。大师。不对。雕像。飞翔。
No, I think I've missed something here.
被诅咒的出现，被诅咒。好难哦，有这超难的吧
？I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Detail. 被诅咒的。没人发现，没人扰乱神圣的家。
No, I think I've missed something here.
看，这是傻小。但我攻略很好。
No, I think I've missed something here. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
全部神下降。
I don't think so.
全部神飞翔。
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
卡很久。
No, I think I've. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. I think I've missed something here.
啊，好难！怎么办？ 一下。
Cursed will be anyone who disturbs the sacred temple. They will meet their death by the risen statue. Only the chosen will have mercy. It's not only a calendar, it's a curse. Zacharias Greystoke, a member of the club, was killed as the curse decreed.
犯罪事实。要么再说谎，就是其他人假扮的，对吧？比较像是扮的。但他说他逃走也不是错的。
I'm always ready to help anytime, Holmes.
哇塞，人家给你来接，吓死我了！去找尸体吧。
This is where the spear entered the body. The murderer aimed for the heart. These scars are old. It was a powerful throw. The spear pierced right through the body. The weapon must have been thrown by a strong and skilled person.
It's possible that the link between Zacharias and the curse is at the archaeological club. I'll need a search warrant.
The coroner mentions in his report some specific cardiac and digestive system damage. Traces of alcohol were found in the stomach. Apparently Zacharias had been drinking before his death. Red eye. It looks like a serious infection. We'll need to get a search warrant to investigate the club.
需要搜索令，去找警察要搜索令吗？
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
我找。
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
警探。
Aren't you supposed to be investigating those cases of yours instead of bothering me?
Good day to you too, Inspector. I have a small favor to ask of you, a search warrant to investigate the murder at the club.
No, no, and no.
干，是探长。探长这个眼袋缺少睡眠，应该是为了这个办案没睡觉的。这应该是红斑哦，那个血吧？酒会在这里吗？还是他其实去喝酒？看还有没有其他线索。头痛样，不舒服。宿醉后会头痛样。擦枪，心情好啊，心情好。What the fuck？怎么跟我想象中不一样？ 女人的笔记，家人的来信。这样应该是喝酒，他宿醉，那应该是这个，因为他竟然有家人寄信来，我觉得他就是宿醉，我觉得是这样，因为他既然是心情好，怎么可能会不舒服？是不是？
Since I'm without the warrant, I should find something else to do. By the way, do you know if Sir Robin is currently in town?
I have no idea. And why on earth should you even think that I might know that?
Well, I believe I may have solved a case about, let's say, a salacious inspector.
No, it's not what you think. Nothing dishonorable happened. Go on then, take your warrant.
So, he refused to give you the search warrant?
Oh no, I've got it. I won't need you for a while now, Watson. I'll see you later.
I'm curious to know how you obtained this warrant.
There's no need to disturb Lestrade for the time being.
哦，有了搜索力，好，先去俱乐部。有搜索力了。 这群人是怎样？干，你那一堆
Poor Sir Charles，
一堆侦探那样，一直杀人啊！
Sir Charles, I have a search warrant. I would like to take a look inside the clubhouse.
I see. Here's the key, but I do protest.
严重抗议。
I heard that Zacharias was killed by the statue spirit.
走走走。哎，进来喽，说说吧。
The late Mr. Bromsby's collection.
他的收藏品。
The late Mr. Blinkhorn's collection.
都是收藏品。
The late Mr. Smith's collection. The late Mr. Sutherland's collection.
都是古埃及耶。
The late Mr. Roberts' collection.
这俱乐部根本就是博物馆吧？我看这个俱乐部。哇，这都是古埃及的图案。
This metal globe is very impressive. Some bits are missing.
手不见。这个是南美洲啊，可以转吗？怎么不能转？好，玩什么？书写文化，哐！咚！啊
These antiques look quite valuable.
Chinese 花瓶。
It appears that it's a part of a gold statue from
黄
Guatemala.
金雕像一部
Solid
分，
gold.
瓜地
It's
马
worth
拉
a、
危地
fortune.
马是啥小？
This piece has been cleanly and intentionally cut.
被切掉。
These trunks have just arrived. They're from Zacharias Greystoke's antique collection. Interesting. The men who own these collections are all dead.
这些藏宝藏的人都死了。再慢慢找。照片。
I wonder who this man is.
想知道这人是谁？
Guatemala, 1881. I don't think this is a bowls tournament. It's Sir Charles Yellingham, the director of the club. Zacharias Greystoke. I wonder who this man is.
空白。诶，这个不见了。
The photograph appears to have been faked or damaged. I'll take it.
发现有问题，这张照片有问题。发什么？发什么资讯？他桌上。paper。我们已经成功将新的买家转入俱乐部，今年欠钱，付款期只到1个月，贷放1000英镑，所以他是欠钱的。他欠银行钱。我们收到你的物品，我们同一个人的物品，哦，跟他偷偷交易。
Charles Yellingham has a large family. The 50th birthday of Lord Stevenson. Ah, Sir Charles was once a captain in the guard.
为皇室派对公司董事长组织的颁奖典礼，他根本就是在炫耀力啊！炫耀出自查尔斯。
Interesting. It appears that the club is unable to pay its debts to the bank.
只会调查。缺一个重要。会卖掉这个日历，我想研究一下颁奖内部同类性。
A message to Sir Charles from Zacharias Greystoke, the victim.
是不需要人事的，潇洒俱乐部完成。买水眼睛嘛，那个照片，可能就只有照片的部分。
Some bits are missing.
这东西不知道在哪里，然后不能走，可能之后还会在这边到。一个线索。什么线索？查尔斯有时间为受害者到访助阵。干什么？找他聊天吧。
Sir Charles, you informed me that you didn't know why Mr. Greystoke was here at such a time.
That's correct. I have no idea.
证据。
But in fact you do. Mr. Greystoke wrote to you about him coming with another person to visit.
Ah, well, yes, that is right. He raised a scandal about the Mayan calendar, so he wanted to see me before the ceremony. But I don't know exactly what it was that he wanted, or who this other person he mentioned might have been.
You have a fine collection at your club, with one disturbing thing in common.
All the items are from our club members.
But only from deceased members, including Mr. Greystoke.
Yes, but it is a rule of the club that all our members undertake to donate their personal collections to us in the event of their death. A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
好，我们接下来，哦，对，我们要去找张照片。这张照片它是怎么回事？化学。
It appears that part has been painted over. I need to find out what's underneath.
被涂改的照片，滴管。果酱。地沙地。
Let's gently remove the paint with a soft cloth.
哦。
Aha, there's another person in the photograph.
唱杰郎。
Is there anything I can do to help?
Look here. There's a person with a swollen eye who was concealed within this photograph. A dispute of some kind, you think, Watson?
Possibly. But it appears to me a characteristic symptom of a rare tropical disease that is found in South and Central America.
South America! Brilliant, Watson!
Happy to help.
Is it deadly?
Well, there is a chance he survived.
I shall ask Sir Charles, but who knows what he'll say.
I have an idea. There is only one hospital for such illness. The Hospital for Tropical Diseases. I have friends who work there.
Oh, yes?
Well, the chances are slim, but I'll pay them a visit. If he's in London, they would have seen him.
Okay, now I'm answering this again.看来我们要去找那个武器。以前侦探很累，发现照片不一样，要计程车一直做。赶我过来呀，别气！照片搞骗。
I found this photograph on your wall. You're in it, but do you know who these men are? Particularly the gentleman with the swollen eye.
Oh, him. But that's poor Mr. Albeit. He died from fever during an expedition to Guatemala 14 years ago. We were searching a Mayan Quiche temple, but everything went wrong. We were unable to enter the temple and the expedition ended in disaster. I'm here, and here is Zacharias. And there is Bernard Marley, another member. He's over there, near the pedestal. By the way, he's the fellow who built that terrible statue. He created it, must have been 10 years ago.
Albeit was a club member. Where is his collection?
Well, the devil if I know. We never did locate it.
他妈就卖掉了。去采访他一下。
Poor Sir Charles. A crime at his club, it's a terrible
Mr. Bernard
thing.
Marley, I presume. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I have to ask you about an expedition to Guatemala.
Shh, not here. It's too dangerous. I'll give you my card. Visit me there where we can talk.
他是铸造厂的同事。 的名片，然后你来我家问我，没错，秘密。有些事情不能公开讲，只能去他家讲。哦，干，要找他家在哪里？他家在哪里？他家在哥拉布街8号，他就叫哥拉布街8号。你找到哥拉布街
Keaton Street，
这是基顿街。什么街
Gumbel
Road。Keaton Street。基顿街。哥拉布街在哪？哥拉，很爱坐计程车，今天小贼。找哥拉布街吧。
Keaton Street。
基顿街，这个人是。
Excuse me, where is Grub Street?
It's that way.
哦 ，OK。哥拉布街。
Keaton Street。
基顿街。
Possum Street。
火山街。到底什么街？没懂。
Excuse me, where is Grub Street?
I don't know.
你不知道？看，我总觉得我被骗了。我觉得被骗了，他的名片是假的，根本就没哥拉布街。
Possum Street。
有人会给
Cranny Street。
克拉尼街。哪里你哎？哥拉布街你都有。
Cranny Street。
克拉尼街。
Grub Street。
哦，有到哥拉布街。看，他们转2条街都到了，你告诉我们知道哥拉布街在哪？我就想到，以前人家住在这么简陋的一个地方，说实在的，挺辛苦的。他说他住在8号。诶，就是这个。
Horse of Pedro Alvarado. He was a conquistador, I believe.
Oh, I don't know.
Hello there, my man. Is your boss in?
Ah, he's in his office. It's the door near the female statue in the corner of the workshop.
A drawing of Takunu Man. This mechanism is quite modern. All the gears are of good quality. Strange to find it in a foundry.
铸造厂发现的时钟。
No oxidation. This metal arm has never been outside. It's not part of the bowling club statue. There were 2 large boxes.
箱子不见了。有人放箱子不见了。
A furnace for melting metal. Apparently, Marley has built multiple statues of Takunu Man.
做了一堆雕像，一堆这样子的雕像，看有没有什么线索。
Hello there, my man. Is your boss in?
Sorry, I'm too busy to chat.
老板说我不可以跟其他的人说话，被扣薪水。哦，我们发现少了2个箱子。
Fresh scratches.
被拖走了。
Something large and heavy was dragged here. 2 large boxes which were inside the warehouse. They were taken to Bernard Marley's office.
偷渡品。
It's probable that the missing crates contained pieces of Takunu Man's statue.
可能是哦。
Mr. Holmes, you must forgive my escape at the club. It wasn't a safe place to talk.
And it's safer here?
Yes, better here. Not my office. I have secured my foundry, you know.
Huh, reassuring.
先看他要什么讲。哦，他的领带黑黑的，粗心大意，你知道吗？工人。啊？护身符，身上挂护身符。也就补丁，他的手总是靠着，就靠在桌上，很容易靠，衣服很容易磨破。汽油味，手上有汽油，需要近距离作用。手指受伤，复杂的工作。哎，不，那是复杂的工作。他需要近距离作业，那眼镜应该是复杂的工作，因为不可能加工粗糙物品吧？那应该是复杂的工作，啊？觉得呢？是复杂的工作，这个其实比较难讲，这个，它有可能是，你说敲到被攻退啊，或者被钉到，这是复杂的工作吗？还是所谓的？加工粗糙物，我觉得应该不是加工，因为加工是外面人在做，那应该是复杂的工作。好，我们就验证观察，有眼镜，对啊，眼镜是是近距离作业，所以应该是复杂的工作。这个人还不知道45岁，他是主管跟考古俱乐部的会员。是个迷信的人，看得出来。
Did you know Zacharias Greystoke, the victim?
Yes, he was a brave friend. Such good karma until yesterday.
Do you recognize the unwell man in this photograph?
By Jove, albeit. Yes, that's him. The poor fellow met his end in Guatemala. He was struck down by a terrible disease.
You were friends?
Not really, but he was an active member and a courageous man. Too courageous. You can't fight against the Quiche gods.
And what of the expedition? You were seeking a Mayan temple?
Yes, the temple of Tekun Uman. Another one of Charles's stupid ideas. We found it, but there was some kind of strange force that prevented us from entering. An evil aura. It was Tekun Uman's emanation. We could all feel it. Albeit its disease worsened suddenly, there was nothing we could do. And now, with Zacharias' death, the curse has reawakened.
After 14 years?
Prophecies are timeless. Even in the beyond, there is no escape.
Did Zacharias believe in the prophecy?
It's not a matter of belief, don't you understand? Zacharias was convinced that we could stop the curse by studying the calendar. What insanity! He sent me a message. He wanted us to visit the club and try to convince Charles to remove the calendar from the awards ceremony.
But you didn't go.
I knew Charles would refuse. Anyway, studying the calendar wouldn't help. Tekun Uman is far too powerful.
Your relationship with Charles Yellingham is...
not friendly. Well, it is reciprocal. You know, most of his expeditions are failures because he is too focused on his hypothetical career to be in politics.
He has political ambition.
That would be an understatement. He has ambitions for the House of Lords, and the club is his means of achieving this. It's also the reason for his disastrous management. But he still succeeds in finding money. I wonder how.
What's your opinion on Tekun Uman's statue having disappeared?
I don't know, but I have nothing to do with it. Nothing.
But in fact, you do. You made the statue.
That's true. But it was 10 years ago. You can't blame me for that.
Don't you think so? After all, it is the statue that is responsible for killing.
No! It's Tekun Uman. But who could imagine that a simple statue replica would be chosen by Tekun Uman? Nobody. I have to leave you now. I've got paperwork to do. And we've spoken too much. He could hear us. Tekun Uman. Well, goodbye then.
Marley is hiding something inside his office. I'll have to visit it, but at night, and with Watson.
好，晚上的时候要跟他的办公室，有什么线索？突然蹦出一个东西，我看什么线索？他们都去了，他们知道有诅咒，我们就用诅咒来约，他就可以用这个来拿钱。看太简单了，白痴了。差的是没有证据。如果是名侦探柯南，就会去判他有罪。好，我们就回到黑客街。我认识，证据太少了。他女儿就学起。
Caitlin's at Miss Alice's playing the piano. She disobeyed me.
Well, Holmes, I was inspired to... Oh, look here. The postman has made a mistake. He's delivered a letter addressed to Miss Alice.
Oh, he mistook 221B for 221C. Give it to me, Watson.
看信，进行分析。
I can't help myself. I must open this letter. I need to turn on the gas burner first.
设计 OK。那不给这样。去熏那么大，拿大熏开。
I need to open it with something sharp.
我刮开。你这种动手，你让他回去扔上来。我找到你父亲的枪受损，刀子裂掉。不行。
Miss Alice planned to live here because of me. I need to have a talk with her as soon as possible. Let's reseal it, as if it was never opened. I need something to apply the glue.
胶水。
That's it.
量起来。
Don't stop playing, Kate. I'm going to take some air on the balcony for a few minutes.
I need to speak with Miss Alice first. She's on the balcony. I need to speak with Miss Alice first. She's on the balcony.
阳台是怎么用的？这个。阳台，我怎么去阳台
I need to speak with Miss Alice first. She's on the balcony. How about telling me why you came here in the first place?
Mr. Holmes, why do you ask? I hardly think that I'm accountable to you.
Since you extended an invitation to my daughter against my wishes, I believe that you are.
So said the father, cloaked in all his severity. My word, you almost frightened me.
You won't say that. Very well. Ask Caitlin to come home now.
Oh, poor child, let her play. Such insouciance. So useful for covering up disturbing secrets. And since you intend to hide the truth from her...
What?
We all have our secrets.
You...
But don't worry, Mr. Holmes. Caitlin is a sensitive child, and I like her enormously.
Alice, come back in! I can do it, see? You're wonderful!
I like to think that the feeling is mutual. We wouldn't want her to know of your secrets, or for her to be unhappy. I have to go inside now.
Ah, Holmes, I entirely forgot. There's a man corresponding to the photograph who is a regular visitor at the Hospital for Tropical Diseases. His name is James Byron.
Are you sure? That's fantastic.
And we can visit him, but you should disguise yourself first. I'll introduce you as my colleague.
好，下一个地方，那我们今天先玩到这边。